I'm leaving my husband for his brother. My husband, 27M, and I, 25F, have been married for 3 years. We don't have any children, though we have been discussing starting a family within the next 5 years. We originally met through work and shared the same workplace until about 2 years ago when he changed career paths and I received a promotion. 2 months ago, we attended one of his work events together. It started with dinner and ended with drinks at a nice bar in the city. During the meal, I noticed him glancing at a very attractive woman who looked a bit younger than me. When we got home, I asked him about her, and he explained that she was his assistant. I didn't think much of it at the time. Our relationship seemed solid. We had a healthy intimacy, and we were always open with each other. If anything bothered either of us, we'd talk it through. However, after that night, he suddenly started traveling more for work, often gone for days at a time. It made me suspicious. A few weeks later, when he was on another business trip, I decided to call his boss to confirm his whereabouts. His boss casually mentioned that my husband was in a major city a few hours away and, as usual, his assistant was with him. That only fueled my doubts. I reached out to my sister, suggesting a girls' weekend getaway to the same city. Once we arrived, I looked up his assistant's Instagram and saw a post that tagged her location at a nearby hotel. After doing some digging, I found that the hotel was surrounded by a few bars, but I decided to stick to the hotel bar. I told my sister everything, and she was furious at my husband for being away with his assistant. We waited at the hotel bar for hours, and at around 2:40 in the morning, they walked in, his assistant on his arm. I watched in shock as he kissed her, completely oblivious to my presence. My sister, seething with anger, was ready to confront them, but I pulled her away and we left the hotel without being seen. We went home the next morning, and I didn't know what to do. I wanted revenge, so I was going to message his family about what I saw. I called my friend who is a divorce lawyer, and we were trying to sort something out. I decided the best person to message was his brother. He is super attractive and nice, and when I told him about it, he told me I needed better than him and was basically slating my husband with him. He came around to the house, and I'm not going to go into detail, but one thing led to another, and we had the best sex ever. Now I'm going to divorce my husband for his brother. Also, you can all hate as much as you want, but I think I'm a bad BH. Update. Hi all, I just wanted to come on here and clear a few things up. This update isn't going to cover a lot of the events, and the next update will probably be Friday night/Saturday morning. However, I've got a lot of hate for things I haven't really clarified, and I just wanted to explain these things. So a lot of you guys are saying I ruined their relationship, which isn't true whatsoever. My husband and his brother are not close and haven't ever been. They grew up in 2 different households. My husband has 2 brothers, so his older brother and his younger brother live with their dad, whilst my husband lived with his grandma. Also, a lot of you guys are saying I'm using his brother in my emotional state. Me and his brother have discussed what we want, and we have decided we only want sex, and if we end up catching feelings and in a relationship, so be it. The third thing I wanted to point out is that until the divorce is finalized, I'm moving in with my mother. I'm not going to tell him I'm moving out, but he gets back from his business trip Friday morning, hence why my update will be later this week. And when he gets back, he'll find an empty apartment and 2 envelopes. One envelope will contain the pictures I got from the hotel of them kissing, and the other with divorce papers. As soon as the divorce is finalized, I will find a place of my own and just focus on myself and maybe go to therapy. The last thing I wanted to say is that I know how bad my actions seem, and I look like a horrible person. I do believe I acted out of pettiness and broken heart, and I am sorry to anyone who has been hurt by my actions. However, I'm grateful for all the support I've received. You guys are helping me through this. Update 2. Hi everyone, first of all, I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who waited for this update, and I'm sorry for the lateness. It's been a really dramatic and stressful few days. I'm at my mother's house right now, and all of my stuff is here. On Thursday night, I put the 2 envelopes on the counter, one of divorce papers, other of the hotel pictures, and I left a bottle of wine for him. I then packed my stuff, and up until Friday night, it was really peaceful. However, when he got home, my phone started blowing up. I was receiving messages from my husband and his mom calling me a bitch and weak. He rang me, and I wasn't answering, so he left a voicemail saying I was a weak slag who can't handle my husband going out and exercising. At this point, I was genuinely laughing because I thought it was funny how he was trying to impersonate Andrew Tate. I turned my phone off, and it's really important to know that I was home alone as my mom and sister were both at work. I started hearing pounding on the door, and I knew it was him. He was thudding his shoulder all up against the door, and I felt sick. I called the police and told them my crazy ex-husband was trying to break in. By the time they got here, he had already left, and I'm going to file for a restraining order. I just can't believe this all happened in one night. I sent his brother round to the house to collect a few things I had forgotten when my husband wasn't in this morning, and he's just got back. Apparently, everything was smashed, and there was beer cans everywhere. I'm so glad that I've gotten out of this horrible relationship. Also, thank you so much for all the support and the people who are messaging me. I also wish the worst of the assholes who message me saying they hope I get cancer and die. Thank you.